Okay, so this is gonna go very fast, so hopefully I can keep up with the narration. Right now I am going to specify the open edges, and the best way to do that is to look at all of the geometry. And so you want to go into the settings, other settings, and then uncheck the hide almost flat folding lines. That way you can kind of see everything. And the tool I'm using right now to define my open edges is the specify open edges tool. It's the one that looks kind of like a utility knife up there on the toolbar, and that's basically defining where all the cut lines are for the 2D pattern. And you would just want to follow where the geometry naturally kind of flows, and on this particular model it's very easy to see that it generally flows front to back, so we're just going to follow that as best we can just to get as clean a line as possible and to minimize the sanding stage later on. And while you're watching this, most of it's fairly self-explanatory. You generally want to learn all the shortcuts as best you can. To rotate the 3D view, you want to use the right mouse button to pan. You're going to use your middle mouse button to zoom. Just use your scroll wheel. And then the keyboard shortcuts, which you'll get to when this gets unfolded into the 2D view. Control M to move the parts, Control R to rotate them, Control N to join or disjoin faces, where if you make some mistakes at this stage here, you can still define where to break apart the pieces. Another one I use a lot of is Control F to edit the flaps, just to move them, switch which part the flap gets attached to. You'll see that later. Another one I like to use a lot is Control K, check corresponding face, and what that does is it'll allow you to select the part in the 3D view, and it'll highlight which part you're working with on the 2D view. And finally, edge color, Control E, where you can paint the fold lines a certain color. I like to do the valley folds as green, and the mountain folds, just leave them as black. But you can also use the tool to hide fold lines. So if the automatic way, the hide almost flat folding lines option doesn't give you the exact smoothness that you want, don't keep lowering the threshold, because you're going to lose a lot of detail that way. And right now, after it's been unfolded, you can see I've clumped the pieces together really tight, and really that's just so I don't have to pan as far to grab a piece that's like way out of my view. And yeah, so that's the check corresponding face tool that I was just using, where you had that box pop up with a list of all the parts. And now I'm just arranging all the flaps on one side. I don't like it when they alternate sides. It just makes it a little harder to glue, in my opinion. And now you see that one of the pieces, it's a little too big, so we're going to split that up with the join disjoin face tool, Control N. And we're just going to try and fit that as best we can on the page. And then to make the same split across the other side, we're going to show all the geometry again and just follow the line across the top of the dome. And the way I like to arrange my parts is as logically as possible in terms of the actual build. So parts that are actually near each other in the actual build, I'm going to try and place them near each other on the 2D pattern view. And we're just trying to squeeze as much as possible on that page. And right now we're gonna, there's the hide, actually no, the edge color tool, where I'm hiding some of the fold lines. And you can see there's actually a couple of fold lines on that piece I just put out there. And pretty soon, yeah, there we go, erasing the lines manually. It just gives you a lot more control, in my opinion. And now we're just trying to, theoretically I could arrange these pieces any which way, just to cram them on to the page, but like I said before, I like to arrange them as logically as possible in terms of how it's going to get built. And I'm almost at the end of the video, so yeah, I will finish up this unfold so you can see exactly how to arrange the flaps and kind of all the detail work in an unfold. Very, very tedious detail work, but in the end, it's worth it. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2 of my Pepakura video tutorial.